I'm going to admit this. I always thought Mel Gibson was American. Yeah. Hey everybody, this is David, and today I'm going to be talking about Mad Max, the original Mad Max from 1979. And I'm doing this because there's a new Mad Max movie coming out, and I thought, I haven't seen any of these movies before. I tried watching the original one like maybe 2-3 years ago, and I couldn't get into it. I only watched the first 10 minutes and I just turned it off right away because to me it just sounded like noise coming out of my screen. And I guess maybe I wasn't paying too much attention to it because I think my mind has changed a little bit about it since I watched it last. So let's get into this movie right now. What did I like about it? What didn't I like about it? Let's do this. First, we have Mel Gibson, who is playing the hero Mad Max. And he does a really good job, like any actor should, and it's really cool. It's really cool seeing Mel Gibson back in his youth and seeing how he was as an actor back in 1979. I mean, this is the movie that launched his career, and yeah, he does a really good job in it. Probably not his best work, but you can see why he became a huge star at this point. We also get this apocalyptic setting, apparently, that this movie takes place in. Yeah, everybody is in this apocalyptic setting where, gangs run wild and kill people. And the police, they're having a little bit of trouble controlling this at this point. Now, to me, when I think of apocalyptic setting, I'm going to admit this, I think of things like The Walking Dead or I Am Legend or Wall-E. I think of things like that, like where Earth is just trash. Not even the gangs survive. No one. And I see humanity trying to like pull together. This is a very different type of apocalyptic environment where it seems like people are still living life as much as they can. Maybe it takes place after some apocalyptic situation occurred and whatever happened, they took care of that situation, because I don't see governments in charge anymore when I think apocalyptic setting, But this movie, it just feels like they went to like the most ghettoest places they can find, or up to cottage country or something like that, and they decided, let's film up there for a few weeks, and yeah, that's our apocalyptic setting. And to me, it doesn't feel that apocalyptic, so okay, yeah, gangs are running wild, but I guess you could say The Purge is apocalyptic and then? I don't know. To me, it doesn't feel that apocalyptic to me. That's just me, though. I know everyone else is going to have a different view on that. Maybe I have to see the second and third one to get it more. But yeah, for the first one, I didn't get that feel. We also have this main villain called the Toe Cutter, who is seeking revenge on the police force, or at least one of them, and who happens to be one of Max's friends and partner. And when that happens, shit starts going down towards the end of the movie. I mean, the movie's called Mad Max for a reason, and he starts going a little mad with something big that happens at the end. I don't want to spoil some situation, so I'm not going to say what it is, but I am going to say what this Toe Cutter character does. It really damages him maybe a little bit at the end. There's a lot of cool action sequences, I'll say that. And for a movie that was made in 1979, they worked with a pretty simple story, I think. There was no complex story, and it didn't need to be. It felt like it could have just been a one-off film like this. I don't know if George Miller had any plans to make a trilogy back in the day, back when he did this first one, but looking at this film now, I feel like this could have been a standalone and it could have been okay with it. I just wish we could have explored more of the world that George Miller created in this film. And I guess we're going to, because, right, there's like 2 more plus a new one coming out this year. Remember, guys, this is my first time watching it, so I'm just judging it as a first-time viewer. I don't know what the next few films are going to bring me. And with that being said, I'm going to give this movie a 7 out of 10. I really enjoyed it. I thought it was good. I thought, it was a lot more better than what I remember it was, because back when I first saw the film, I felt that it was, because I only watched the first 10 minutes, and right in the beginning they throw you into this action sequence, and you hear this guy yelling. And I guess maybe I wasn't in the mood back in the day to hear people yell like that. But yeah, I was so annoyed by what was going on at the time that I turned it off after the first 10 minutes. I was like, nah, this movie's not for me. It's going to be boring. I thought the whole movie was going to be like that. And then now that I passed that first 10 minutes, I saw what the actual movie was. It wasn't always like that. It was, there was actually a story there about, this corrupt environment and the police trying to take control, and this man who, goes through some situations, and it was a good movie. I liked it. I was more entertained now than I was back when I originally saw it 2-3 years ago. So yeah, I'm gonna recommend it for people that are interested in the new movie that's coming out. Maybe check out the original film. It's not that bad. Believe me, the action sequence in the beginning is alright. It's not as bad as I thought it was. It actually is pretty entertaining once you realize what's going on. It might be difficult to hear with all the yelling on what's going on, because he is yelling like some things that are like, because I think he has some connection with the toe cutter, and the toe cutter is the name of the gang, by the way. Is the name of the leader of the gang, by the way. So just watch it, and believe me, go past the first 10 minutes and you'll realize, oh, okay, this has something to do with what's going to happen later. So with that being said, guys, take care.